welcome to the United States of Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden J, hanging out with
the Rocker Chic
and
J-Dub.
And we are the United States of Paranormal Team Boozers. I don't know. Do we keep Team Boozers since T. Teos is not around? It just seems like we should.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. All right. So we are Team Boozers. We're so glad you tuned in to today's episode.
Hello. Welcome.
It's good to see you.
We're glad you're here.
Boo.
Boo?
Boo.
What the fuck is that? You're booing at our listeners?
It's a ghost.
Oh, okay, sorry.
We are paranormal.
We are definitely paranormal. I hope everybody's August is going well as we're starting to wind down looking at September. And football season is in its prime, coming up here real soon. As me and the Rocker Chick will be off to our first Chiefs game.
Woo-hoo.
Opening the season this year.
Yes.
On a Thursday night against Detroit. We're going to be there hanging out in our seats. So excited, man. Get back to Arrowhead. I'm super excited. And hopefully we'll get to meet up with Larissa out there while we're there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I have a bag of goodies
We'll
for her.
multitask. We'll
Yes.
do Indiana Chiefs fans and Boozers.
True that.
Yay.
True that. Maybe we'll, yeah. Okay. Anyway, be cool to just do a video with her or something. Maybe something for TikTok or
Yeah.
something like that.
A TikTok dance. Yay.
Dance. What?
Yay.
Alrighty then. I'll let the two of them do that, and I'll stand back and just enjoy the festivities. I'm not a dancer. I can do that. I can tear up the fucking lawnmower dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just get it. I can just
Sprinkler?
get it. Yeah, I can also back up the truck. You know what I'm saying?
That light bulb. My dad's favorite is your grocery shopping.
Uh-huh. Yep. You know what the Rocker Chick's favorite dance to do is?
The Running Man.
No. It's the Marsha Brady.
He's always made fun
I'm going to
of
have to
me.
get a visual.
Always
Can
made
you do
fun
it
of
right
me.
now so I can just
Nope.
clip this and put it on something?
I don't do it anymore because you tease me about it. So I keep my arms down or up.
Ladies and gentlemen, you did not see her at our daughter's wedding last October when she was completely shit-faced and it didn't matter what her arms did. There was no keeping things down. She just went to town. She was having a blast.
One of those blowy guys that are like.
Yeah.
So her reception was outside underneath a big old tent, and it had a pole in the middle. So yeah, we might have been doing some pole dancing. And, yeah, just
Even Golden Jay got it on a little pole dancing.
Oh man.
Yep. Wrap my leg around there and posed. Bam! Yeah. You'd have been proud. Fuck it, you would have been proud.
I'm sure I would have.
The whole Golden clan,
Oh yeah, we all
except
had to.
one, Miss Jess would not get on the pole. All the rest of us did, from Sarah to Mo to Trevor. The whole Golden group was on the pole at one point, and Montana actually took pictures. But she didn't have the
It
flash
turned
on the
out, yeah.
camera. They were all fucking dark.
So you didn't get any of the pole dancing.
That's good stuff. It was a fun time. That was a good weekend down in Monticello at the bed and breakfast. I'm drawing a blank. It's a great little place right there on Lake Shafer. Lighthouse Lodge. That's what it was.
Yep.
The Lighthouse Lodge. An amazing weekend, amazing food. They do all their in-house cooking and
Catering.
Yeah,
Was it good?
it was.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, everything was delicious. Oh man, I wanted to go back for seconds, but I'd had to walk all the way back to my cabin to take a shit.
I'm not the only one that talks about shit here.
It's
so
true. It's true.
I'm not the only weirdo.
Do we have any other good shit and stories that we need to talk about? No, nothing new. J-Dub's always got some really good bathroom story. Well, let's just put it this way. In our last episode, I talked about the Edna Collins Bridge being in Putnam County. Ladies and gentlemen, I was wrong. I thought it was on the Cincinnati side. It is not. It is actually on the Illinois side in Greencastle in that area. And J-Dub was, Googling that while on the toilet a little bit ago.
Yeah. Well, I was curious.
It's
I was
okay.
Multitasking.
You know what they say about curiosity, though?
It drains your bladder.
It gets a little shit on your thumb.
Ew.
Because if you're curious while you're Googling while you're wiping and you get a little...
Oh, my God.
Well, it doesn't have to poop.
Doesn't that happen to you?
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, let's get away from the whole pooping thing. It's been episode after episode of pooping.
It's been my whole life with you.
You know, at my house, when all the kids sat around the table for supper, that is the one subject we always talk about.
Yeah, it is. It honestly is. And I don't know why it always goes there, but always have to have a pooping story.
Well, you always got to have a number 2 story in case number 1 doesn't work out. All right. What do you got for me?
All right. Hey.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever experienced something so unbelievable that people think you're lying?
I'm gonna go with a yes. How about you?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
What is
I
it?
I was driving to work one morning and thinking to myself, why would anybody drive down the wrong side of the road on a 4-lane highway? Just randomly popped into my head, and you know what happened?
Somebody was.
Somebody pulled out and came down my side of the road, going the wrong way.
Ooh.
So yeah, it was weird that I was thinking that, and then it happened.
What's yours?
Are you? Do you have some sort of psychic ability there?
I guess
or
just
something?
for stupid people. I don't know.
Shit.
I was just like, what, I don't know. How does that happen? And what do you do when you realize you're...
Yeah.
Well, I think at that point, that's that moment in your life where you have to make a choice. And that choice is, you've always wanted to play that game of chicken with another car, and this is your opportunity.
But I do have to say that I have done a stupid thing driving before, where I've went on the wrong ramp. Like I went on, and that was terrifying.
I did something like that when I was turning and they had all these construction cones. I was like, I don't know what fucking side I'm supposed to go on, and I went on the wrong side. All the construction guys were mad.
You drive through their freshly poured concrete?
No, but I was on the side that I wasn't supposed to be on, and they were mad.
Those are always great videos.
And they had to move one of the barrels so I could get back onto the other side.
I actually had that happen to me one night going home, where the ramp in 15 in Warsaw comes back on. Except what the fucked up part of it is that the on ramp for our side is actually a long swooping ramp that goes out and you merge into traffic. It's not like probably what you're talking about was just one of the side roads that somebody just happened to turn on the wrong direction, correct? Mm-hmm. This person went out the ramp, went to the end, and then turned and came back towards us.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was almost as good as the time on that same ramp when the person was in the passing lane and decided they wanted to get off and go down the ramp and stopped in the middle of the fucking highway. Dead stopped in the passing lane. I'm sitting there. I can't move because there's cars coming. And I'm watching the cars behind me slam on their brakes because We're stopped in the middle of the fucking road. And she fucking turned and doubled and crossed over that and went down that fucking ramp.
Oh, my. Idiot.
People are, and is it just me or is it getting worse?
I think it's getting worse.
Okay. Because I was a little concerned that it was just me, but I think things are getting worse.
Yeah.
Anyways, mine is still, I'll still go back to that star that we saw burn out that night where we were sitting outside, you and me, and we're watching, just happened to be looking up the south side, and we saw a star burn out, and people were like, nuh-uh, there's no way that you couldn't have seen that. That wouldn't have happened.
What did it look like?
It was a very bright star, and then poof, it was gone.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't. You would think that if it was a quote unquote UFO, that it would have shot off. This just looked like it burned out. Like
It was like a light bulb.
Yeah.
Like a light bulb. It kind of did a little flicker thing, and then
boom, it was gone. And people still, I mean, we talk about it. It's like that you wouldn't be able to see that. That was something you wouldn't be able to see. I mean, that's 7 million years ago that burned out, but I just happened to see it that night. It's not like, it's not like you're going to see it. You're not going to look up and see that any given Sunday afternoon, evening.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, people are still like, no, you didn't see that. That's not what you saw. I'm like, fuck you. I know what I saw. How about you, J-Dub?
I probably have two. Probably my story of my old house. No, a lot of people believe me, a lot of people don't. That I lived through all of that. But then I was driving down the road and there was a logging truck in front of us.
No.
And I was like, oh God, this is like Final Destination.
Yep.
And guess what happened?
Seriously, it happened?
They fell off.
Oh,
yes.
my
They didn't
God.
fall off the back. They
Right,
fell
they
off
just roll
off
up the side.
the side. But
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
She said it, and
And
then
did
she
it.
did it.
Yeah. Oh, that was so scary. Ooh.
So that's, since seeing that movie, that's one of my biggest fears, and I will not drive behind it. I've only done it once on one of my routes, on one of my Wednesday routes, where I got fucking stuck behind a log truck. But normally, if I see one, I'll fucking turn a different direction and take a long way around. I will not be around a log truck. The other thing is that why are people so close-minded to paranormal and ghosts and that people have experiences? I mean, why would people tell you that no, you didn't have that experience? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because they don't believe in it, I guess.
See, I don't know, man.
Well, people have they believe what they want to believe or what they were taught to believe, and it's just.
Well, we know somebody that if you say anything about ghosts, she goes, "Oh, there's no such thing of ghosts. They're called spirits." Isn't it the same thing?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's that was something else I ran through my brain in one of these long days I drive around. Is a lot of the I'm gonna tread lightly here. Christians and the church-going people that are the ones that don't believe in ghosts, but yet their belief revolves around a Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that they would not believe that there's only one ever entity that could be a spirit that could lead you and guide you or terrorize you and whatever. But I don't know how to say that exactly how I was thinking it, but it just didn't make a lot of sense to me.
So you're talking about this. It's funny because I just read the chapter in the book, the Parent Family book, and there was a whole chapter on that because the mom was raised as a Catholic, and then through their experience, they got kicked out of the church because people were literally didn't believe their story, and the preacher, whatever
Right.
the Catholic guy is called, told them not to come back
Wow.
because they were, causing commotion while they were there in the church and stuff. But she wrote a whole thing on, how can certain people believe this but not believe this, but
Right.
and it's true,
Absolutely, 100%. I don't understand. Once again, and I know that our listeners, the people who listen to this, are extremely open-minded, or else you would not be listening to this podcast. But I don't understand how people are so close-minded against it and how they don't believe it, because there's things out there that can't be explained, that just happen. And obviously, if you think that the human race, is the only smart entity to ever walk the face of the earth or ever visit Earth or anything like that, then I don't understand you. You've got to be more open-minded about things like this, because it is extremely important to be able to try to help understand these things that are gonna happen. Because let's face it, I think the government is coming out with these stories of UFOs and stuff that they've been known for years to be true, saying they're true, because something is coming and they're preparing us a little bit at a time.
Fuck you. No, let's not go there. No.
I was thinking about that today. It was like, why would all of a sudden they say, "Oh, yep, all these stories are true, and we've had this and had that," and there's something behind it.
it's because something is gonna happen, and somebody's actually going to
They're preparing
find
us.
like
yeah.
Skinwalker Ranch is going to find something, and they know it, so they're
They're prepping
coming.
it.
They're coming out with, "Hey, we
prepping it
knew
early.
about this all along.
Yeah.
We were just trying to protect you."
Yeah. I don't know. We got Jade up all worked up over there. She is not going to talk to me for a week.
But I think a lot of people are just, that's how they were raised. They were raised closed-minded. This is what you believe, and they don't go out of that box. And they think everybody should be in their box. Be in your own box, people. Believe what you want to believe, and don't
Keep it to yourself.
Don't hurt other people by not if you don't believe them, walk away. Don't give them shit about it.
Which comes to another little episode that I'd like to take a moment to myself here and my listeners. I'd like to say, fuck you to the old man that ran into my daughter the other day at the Chinese restaurant. I know you don't listen to this.
Starbucks.
Was it Starbucks?
I don't know. I thought that's
No,
what
it's
you
Chinese
told me.
restaurant.
Okay.
I know you don't listen to this podcast because you're probably one of those closed-minded pieces of people out there that that walk around. But he actually told my daughter that she will not be able to go to heaven with all those tattoos. That God will burn them off of her before she's able to enter, and it'll be extremely painful. And I said, well, did you tell him? Huh. Then I guess I'll see you in hell. She said no. But that would have been my response. It's like, well.
Did she say anything to him?
I actually don't know what she said. We were Snapchatting, and she was just kind of filling me in a little bit. But I'll get more details on it this weekend when I see her. But, wow, why the fuck would you take that moment to walk up to somebody and tell them that?
It's just, yeah. I mean, that's not being a good person. I mean, if
No.
you believe in that, then you shouldn't be telling people that. It's just that, yeah.
And there you go.
You're judging people,
yeah.
and that's not what religion is about. You're not supposed to judge each other.
I've been like, well, I'll find out when I meet him then, huh?
If he wants me, he's going to take me as I am.
Yep.
Yeah. He loves me just the way I am.
Yeah.
I I love God, but I swear a lot. He loves me just how I am.
He sees me when I do all those dirty, nasty things.
You.
I know.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
I personally know a preacher's wife that has tattoos.
Yeah.
And a preacher that has tattoos, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, so. Anyways.
I don't know.
We'll quit harping on people that judge other people because I guess we're kind of.
We're actually kind of judging people, but.
Usually people that are mean have horrible lives or horrible things happening in their lives, and they're just taking it out on other people.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah. Or they're just absolutely miserable with themselves, and they want everybody else to be miserable.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, because of you, our listeners, I am not fucking miserable. I appreciate you guys, every one of you. I love you guys. Really, I do. And I love both of you. Thank you for being here with me and listening to my bullshit every week. So every day, both of you get me like equally every day. You realize that?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for both of you.
Saturday and Sunday. You want to split that too? You can have him on.
I'm not doing
Saturday.
Custody thing or whatever it's called. I don't want him every other weekend. You have him in the evenings and weekends. I have him during the day.
Well, that means you get him on Saturday and Sunday during the day.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
Damn.
No.
I'm coming to your camper.
Just bring alcohol, please.
I can do that.
I know I'm gonna need it.
You need it.
And tacos.
Oh, well,
Ooh,
fuck.
tacos.
Shrimp tacos sound really good right now, don't they? Wow. I wonder if Armando's is going to be at the spot this week. Armando's Tacos. I love them.
There's a new place in Pearson that I hear is really good.
Oh, really?
Julia's. Yeah.
Okay. Is that downtown?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know my favorite place in Pearson, Bar 13. Go get the 13 burger with the special sauce. Fucking so good.
They have good tacos, too, and they're cheap.
I love Jared. He's pretty great. All right. Are you ready to get into our story? We babbled about tacos and religion and... Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Where
Just,
are we
Hello. Where are we going?
Where are we going?
We are going to
Uh-huh.
the St. Louis Cemetery #1.
St. Louis?
No.
No, we're going to...
We're going
New
New
Orleans.
Orleans, Louisiana.
Yay!
Which the cemetery is called the St. Louis Cemetery.
And this is actually a listener submission, correct?
Correct.
Was that Amanda?
Is it going to
Yes.
tell us?
Yes.
Yes,
That was
Amanda was the
Yep.
one that was okay.
Yep.
So Amanda, yes, I pulled up some information on the St. Louis Cemetery, and there wasn't a lot of information, like personal things, but we'll get into that. Anyways, so the St. Louis Cemetery #1.
Number 1.
Because there's more than just one.
There's more than one St. Louis cemetery in Louisiana?
Well, yeah, it's pretty huge.
Okay.
It's known as the most haunted location in the city of New Orleans.
Okay.
The cemetery dates back to 1789 and remains the oldest one standing in the city today. It's famous for its unique construction of tombs and the notable characters that were buried there. The architecture is what many visitors come to see. There's a vast array of tomb styles, shapes, and sizes to the narrow and maze-like walkways. This cemetery is unlike any other, and with over 700 different tombs and 100,000 bodies buried at the site. There is plenty to look at. Just a note, Nicolas Cage
Okay.
in Cemetery #1 has built a pyramid-shaped tomb to be buried in.
Oh, I was going to say, he's not dead.
But
No.
I have heard that, yeah. That I didn't realize it was this cemetery. But I knew
It
that
is this cemetery.
Why? Is he from New Orleans? Or just likes New Orleans?
I'm not sure if he was raised in New Orleans or not. I'm sorry, I didn't really look into
That's
that.
okay.
But I
No.
I wanted to note that.
It's just a random question that I come out of my random
But
brain.
just so you know, The rate of purchase for one of these burial plots is around $40,000.
Oh, shit. Chump change.
This may seem like a very steep price, but with the rich history, it isn't unreasonable, with famous people from all around the world being buried in this sacred cemetery. You would have some really special neighbors. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to be haunted, wouldn't you want to
like
be...
Nicolas Cage.
I hate Nicolas Cage.
No, my daughter loves Nicolas
I
Cage. We
hate
bought her one of
him.
those pillows that when you rub it,
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage's face comes up on
Oh
it.
gosh.
I was trying to do my walking
Why are you doing walking?
because I'm saying if I'm going to haunt, I want to haunt while walking. Nicolas Cage was actually born and raised in Long Beach, California.
He must just like that place.
And that would be my guess, is that he's probably been there and is kind of fell in love with New Orleans. And
I'm sure. So with the purchase of a guided tour ticket, you can be escorted through the cemetery and hear about the history of ghost sightings and paranormal happenings that have been known to occur there and learn the names of the famous dead. Or you can just listen to this podcast.
Yay!
yeah, boom, bitches, throwing down.
Oh, this little yellow highlighter is hard to see.
Maybe you should use pink next time.
I didn't have a pink one. Sorry, didn't steal one.
I had all the colors.
I got a bunch of them.
So as I stated earlier, it's you have to pay to get a guided tour to go into this cemetery. It's not open to the public anymore due to the high amount of vandalism that has occurred.
Aw.
They put up a huge wall all the way around the cemetery and have it gated off. And you have to pay to get in. If you have family members buried there, you can get a pass. And you don't have to purchase a ticket.
Does that mean it's kind of like landlocked? Because of the amount of people that they can put in it now? Is that why they have more than one? Am I jumping the gun?
No, I think they have more than one because it got too expensive for people to buy to purchase. But it is very full. By the pictures I've seen, there can't be a lot of room left.
Okay.
I mean, it's side by side
Oh.
tombs and yeah. I don't know. Have you ever watched? Oh gosh, the originals.
Yeah.
Okay. You remember the cemetery like they went to?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like that,
Oh,
but it's little narrow walkways and
okay.
so.
Do you actually okay? So they built a wall because of vandalism. Do you talk about in any of this about like Hurricane Katrina and the damage that done?
I
Do you get into
don't.
that, or did you run across anything about that?
I don't think Hurricane Katrina hit this one very bad. I think it hit number 3.
Okay.
From what, just reading in, because when I started this, I looked up one certain person, and it was cemetery number 1. And then when I watched a video on one of them, it said something about, I think, number 3 was
Okay.
the one that got hit.
Are they all called St. Louis 1, 2, and 3, or are they different names?
I think they're all St. Louis.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
We got to ask the questions so we get the answers.
Well, because I always thought the Lafayette Cemetery was the biggest one that had the tombs and all that big wall around it. But yeah, I guess there's a lot of them.
There are a lot of cemeteries down in New Orleans.
A lot
mean,
of history.
Yeah,
Yes,
tons and tons of
lots
history.
and lots.
All right,
keep
so
going.
break it down.
Okay.
Let's talk about some of these famous people buried in this place.
Okay. So the cemetery is known for the most haunted location in New Orleans, and with tons of recorded ghost sightings, it is hard to dispute the history. From people sneaking into the grounds at night and getting spooked to people who believe they have had a supernatural encounter with the dead. There are plenty of chances to come across an undead character or two at this site. So we are going to talk about some of the dead that are there. And I'm going to say her name wrong. Gosh darn it. Marie Laveau.
That sounds good.
Good enough.
She is one of the most famous and perhaps the biggest reason that people choose to walk the cemetery is to see the tomb of the famous voodoo queen. Marie Laveau was born in 1801 to a Creole mother and a white father. She grew up to be a magnificent and beautiful young woman and was very popular because of her skills as a hairdresser.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know that about her, did you?
I did not.
Laveau had learned many different natural and herbal remedies and serviced the rich and famous of her time. Although she was a great hairdresser, she was most well known for her voodoo practices. She was known as a kind and helpful woman who used her voodoo to help others and was loved by many in her community. She died in 1881 at the age of 80 and passed away while in her own home. She had a lavish funeral with many townspeople coming to mourn her. But it was said that after her passing, she was seen about the town.
They would really know who that was.
I would think so, yeah.
Her brightly colored clothing and red and white turban are hard to miss as she suddenly appears and then vanishes from plain sight.
Just,
There
fuck, I wanted to get a cut. Just a little off the end.
And people still say they see her spirit today. It is said that if you see her tomb, that you can still spot the 3 X's. These are said to be left from those who need Laveau's help. The legend says that if you place an X on her tomb, turn around 3 times, knock on the tomb, and yell out your wish, that she would grant it. If your wish was granted, you were to come back, circle the X, and place an offering at the foot of her tomb to give thanks.
What would they think the offering would be? Like a banana? I mean, if I brought a banana or...
The pictures showed, this is New Orleans, beads, flowers, just random voodoo stuff, voodoo dolls and all that kind of stuff. So,
I often wonder if somebody's got a voodoo doll of me.
Because of all the pains.
I know who it is.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah, because I get random pains. Like, I'm like, ow, fuck.
No, I get those too.
It's because we're old.
It's because somebody has a voodoo doll of me.
Although Laveau was known for her kindness in life, on the other side of the mortal coil, things may be a bit different. Guests at the cemetery who have voiced their disbelief of her practices and religion have been reportedly pushed, scratched, and thrown to the ground near the Voodoo Queen's tomb. Others have cited her walking around the cemetery before vanishing into thin air.
So if you didn't believe in what she kind of stood for, why would you be by her grave to begin with?
Exactly.
And that's where the vandalism comes in. People that are like, oh, fuck that, well, let's knock it over. Well, guess what, bitches? You just got knocked over.
Knock you the fuck out.
So just a little side note. During her lifetime, Marie Laveau dominated in fortune-telling, the occult, and herbal remedies. In addition to sightings in the cemetery, Marie Laveau's spirit is also said to still haunt her home on St. Anne Street in the French Quarter of the city.
Ooh, I've been to the French Quarter.
You probably walked right by our house because we did.
Yeah, probably. I didn't know it.
Probably. There's actually a lot of places in New Orleans with the Laveau name on it. So
Okay.
I think there's a placard outside of her house too that says that she lived there and when she lived there when she died.
But seriously, she sounded like an awesome woman.
Mm-hmm.
She does sound like a great woman. I mean, if you said she was a hairstylist by trade.
Yes.
But she her hobby in the voodoo practice.
Right.
And remedies and stuff like that.
Correct.
And if people show up to your fucking funeral to mourn you, that means you're pretty well liked. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. There you go.
Also, a little side note on her. She was known to have attended to prisoners who were sentenced to death. Rumors circulated that some prisoners would receive poisons or other substances before going to the gallows. So she was helping them to not
feel so much
Suffer.
pain. Yeah.
So I really like the lady. So
Nice.
you know, she's pushing the people that don't believe in what she was doing, and I guess if you're there and you're there to say that, then
That's weird how we talked about that prior to this story starting.
Exactly.
I did not know this going
Yeah,
into
me
this story.
So now we go to Henry Vignes. Sorry, Henry, if I messed up your last name.
He doesn't care.
He's listening to this podcast right now.
So let's see. This one's a little strange.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
New
We
Orleans,
like
strange.
So another burial that is interesting to visitors is the tomb or lack thereof of sailor Henry Vignes. The sailor had no home and lived as a nomad until going to a boarding house in New Orleans.
Okay.
Vignes kept important papers with him, which included his family's tombs, and asked the owner of the boarding house to keep the papers safe for him while he went on a voyage. So he was going out on a boat to make some money.
Did he not know he was? Did he think he wasn't coming back, or?
I think he just didn't want to take them with him. He thought maybe he'd lose them, so
Right on.
he trusted this guy enough to keep them for him.
I know people that need to do that with their cell phone.
While he was away, the owner sold the tombs and left Vignes with no family plots. He was said to be trying to fix this issue once he got back and found out what had happened, but he became sick not long after his return. He died shortly thereafter, and because he had no family tomb anymore, he was buried in an unmarked grave at the St. Louis Cemetery No. 1.
Aw.
So wait. He entrusts this guy to hold on to his family's shit, and then the motherfucker sells it off.
And you
Greed.
think about it, if it's $40,000 today, how much was it? When this occurred?
Yeah.
I'm not sure when this occurred. Sorry.
That's all right. Oh man,
but
that
the-
is shitty.
But the hauntings with Henry, although he was buried over a century ago, he is still seen often. Visitors of the cemetery tell of a man with blue eyes that asks where the Vignes tomb is, and many people have reported speaking to the ghost himself. He has been caught on camera on numerous occasions and has also been recorded saying, "I need to rest."
Aw.
God damn, that would be. Oh man, that'd be the worst part of it right there, wouldn't it?
So he was trying to fight it when he got back, to get his stuff back, and then he got sick and so.
Knowing that you had family plots and buried there and you were supposed to be there with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That'd make me sick too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not said to be, malicious or anything. He's just going around and
He's sad.
searching.
He's
searching.
looking for his fucking final place to rest.
Yes.
Poor guy. But he said it's unmarked grave. They couldn't mark it. They couldn't chisel it in the block there. It was a little.
Well, it was probably his word against the guy that had the papers. Because
No, but I mean, they buried him in an unmarked grave, right? That's what you said,
Yeah,
he
right?
might have had to pay for that.
Come on.
He didn't. Yeah.
It's just-
Didn't have the money to pay to.
Take your Sharpie out there. Just put something on there. Wouldn't that make it easier? Wouldn't he be able to rest if it was at least marked?
I don't know. Maybe.
That is a
Well, if he
thought.
died
go there and
fighting,
ask him.
yeah, if
Okay.
he died
Ooh.
fighting to Be in his
like,
rightful
yeah.
place. So.
Yeah. Jen's like, we're on our way to Waverly. We're gonna stop at Waverly on our way to fucking New Orleans.
Yeah.
Let's maybe swing into the fucking Hell's Gate.
Paranormal road trip.
Oh man, that could last a while. We better take video. Sorry, we have totally derailed your story there.
No, this is fine. I'm trying to figure
Just
out this.
cut a lot of this out so that it's more of her story and not us being stupid.
I'll leave some of us being stupid in.
Now we have Alphonse.
Alphonse.
He's another sighting that continues to cause visitors to be spooked. The story of the man's life is not well known. So much of his history is unknown. However, much of his life is not recorded. His presence in the cemetery is prevalent, and sightings of his apparition are still seen often. Visitors have reporting having a man take their hand and ask them to bring him home. His ghost has also been seen walking around the cemetery and picking up flowers from others' tombs and putting them carefully on his own. Many people believe this is a sign that he was not properly mourned, or that his death wasn't an accident and he steals flowers from others' graves as a form of justice.
That sounds like something I would do as a ghost.
It is said that he was potentially murdered by a member of the Pinade family because when visitors step close to their family tomb, Alphonse appears and tells them to stay away.
Oh.
This has happened to several guests of the cemetery and made Alphonse a known supernatural presence.
All right, good for him. I think when we go, we'll probably need to take flowers and actually put on his grave. That would be the proper thing to do.
Yeah.
It would be. It would be. So, with a high number of typical ghost sightings, it's easy to see why so many people flock to New Orleans to visit this haunted cemetery. From the Voodoo Queen to the lonely Alphonse, some ghosts are just looking for a home or a place to rest. Whether you're looking for a historical or paranormal experience, you can go to St. Louis Cemetery or just listen to this podcast. You can take a guided tour of the grounds, give you an experience you can't get anywhere else. Let's see. So with the few main hauntings that are regularly seen in the cemetery, there are many others that are not so common that have been reported, from the feelings of someone watching them to the soft voice of someone standing behind them. Visitors have been scaring themselves for decades.
It's weird because you go to some place like that, this cemetery that is so prominently known for haunting, and you kind of psych yourself out a little bit, and then you get in there and it's like, did I see that? Did I see this? Did I see? And then maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I'm not saying one way or the other, but I think we do that to ourselves more often than not, and if you go, you need the experience of being there and having a good time, and yeah, those are three great little stories that come out of there. That's pretty wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because they're not malicious. They were good people, and they're just protecting themselves and trying to figure out
Yeah,
where
how
they're
to come to peace with their death, basically.
Correct. There are many other, oh my goodness, popular people that were buried there too, but their stories were just kind of,
Yeah,
so it's like,
Alphonse.
they didn't have any like paranormal things that went with them, so I didn't bring those up. But
can you imagine the amount of like first person encounters? Because I was just curious and I looked it up. There's 45 cemeteries in New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
45. Can you imagine how many people have actually seen stuff?
and with it being a very so many different religions down there and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. You have so many different.
New Orleans is truly a melting pot.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
most definitely. And you can see it you can see it in the street art, and you can see it in the street performers, and just walking around the French Quarter, just in the main tourist area, you can see all the cultures and everything that goes into that city. So
And it's so the whole city is so old. I mean,
Yes.
it's very seldom that you see a new place going up. No, they just restore
Right.
what's there, and that keeps a lot of that energy inside. And
It's crazy.
And if you ever are in New Orleans, go to a place called Crescent City Brewery and have a Red Stallion. Worth it.
New Orleans is amazing. It really is.
Now, you weren't a big fan of New Orleans, were you?
No.
Just because of the stank?
Yeah.
Disney.
Well, I had hyped myself up so much about how, I don't know, my expectations were super, super high. And then to get there and it would just be stanky and, you know.
Did you party on Bourbon Street?
It was just Sean and I. So on our honeymoon, we road tripped. So we were there, but there's a lot of construction. So a lot
Right.
of it was you had to go behind this and you had to walk around this. And
Right
it
on.
wasn't like the full experience. So I might like it better, but it was just too. I was expecting it to be more historic and it was more touristy. But
Well,
I
yeah.
felt-
I mean,
felt.
Bourbon Street is definitely a tourist. I mean, I think everybody who goes to New Orleans, that's where they want to go is Bourbon Street. I mean, that's what we did. We wanted Bourbon Street and the French Quarter and the Mississippi and we did all those things and we had a blast, but we weren't dealing with a lot of construction and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And we also, I don't know about you guys, but we stayed right there at the Hotel Monteleone. What a great hotel. A lot of history there, too. But it's only a block south of Bourbon Street. So,
When we walked out in the morning, they were the roads were soap.
yeah.
The sidewalks and the road, they were cleaning the roads. I mean, and yeah, the smell did get to me. It really did.
Well, and I lost my favorite pair of shoes there, so
Oh,
There you go.
it was stanky like pee pee.
All right. Well, actually, very well done. I know you were a little nervous going into this
I
one.
was because I just didn't feel like it was. It would, yeah. It's not really a lot of paranormal, but yeah, it's a lot of good stories.
It was good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
me too. Very, very proud of you. Nice job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. As I rattle my papers.
As you rattle those damn papers and
I do that a lot. I'm so sorry.
Well, listen, as we hit the end of August here, we have something special coming out this coming Saturday. I guess I can announce it, right?
Go for it.
All right, here we go. You remember Team Tejas? You remember Logan?
Who can forget Logan?
It's true. Well, he's coming back.
Woo!
Logan and Golden Jay are going to do a monthly review of everything that the three of us have been through for this month. And we'll talk about all of our stories and we'll throw around some more paranormal talk and just kind of have a thing going on. But yes, coming this Saturday for everybody listening, right? Listen today because when we record this, it's been way earlier. The Other Side, the new part of United States Paranormal, is coming out. So that'll be the last Saturday of every month where we'll get together and discuss all of Tusop's goings on. So yes, we'll be happy to get Logan back.
Yes.
And I know he's been missing it, and this will give him kind of a chance to kind of get back into it. And I look forward to doing it. I think I'm excited about it. See where it's going to go. And then hopefully, if it works out, we'll get you guys in, maybe separate months or all together, and we'll do a review and whatever. We'll keep working at it and make it as the best we can make it, and hopefully our listeners will like it, and they'll be happy to see that Logan's back on United States Paranormal, even if it's just kind of in a smaller capacity.
Nice.
Yeah. And also, do you guys remember what we did last year in October?
Dolltober.
Yeah.
We did Robert the Doll, Annabelle, Harold the Doll, the Island of the Dolls.
That place is creepy.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go there.
Uh-uh.
Well, October's coming, and Tucson has to do something special.
Are we
What
doing
a-
this? Are we doing this?
Yes, we are.
We're going to tell everybody?
We're going to tell them right now. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
October is no longer October. It is now Vamptober.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's right. Tucson is going to bring you the whole month of vampire stories.
Should we wear vampire teeth and do our stories? Would you talk?
Well, I want to talk about.
Yeah, that's this whole October is gonna be.
You have to talk like
do
that
the Dracula
every time.
voice.
Yeah. Hello, my paranormal freaks out there.
He went to the Sesame Street
Hell
character
yeah.
there.
One.
Why does he sound like Christopher Walken too?
He's Christopher Walken and
I
vampire.
want to tell you.
what the hell is the little guy's name?
The Count from Sesame Street.
Is that his name?
I think
I
it's
was
just the Count.
going to say Count Chocula.
Count Chocula. That was too. That was my fucking problem. But yes, Vamptober is coming, everybody. Get excited. We got merch coming for just the month of Vamptober.
Yes.
And let me tell you, this fucking thing is badass. Esteban is at it again and has come up with a great piece of artwork. And it will be available on the shop, UnitedStatesParanormal.com.
Nice.
I'm excited.
So you have any good
Yeah.
vampire stories? Send
Yeah.
them our way.
Yeah, listen, we're going to need a little help with it.
Suggestions, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
We might have
told
to
them
go into the movie thing and be like, oh, hey.
my first story comes from Washington. The town is Forks.
Mine is Damon Salvatore.
Mine, we're going to Louisiana for True Blood.
Oh, man. But yeah, super looking forward to it. A couple of the things we got coming up on the United States Paranormal. Send me your video or, your audio clips of you telling of a paranormal experience you have. We want to do episodes. Looking forward to hearing some more. We've gotten one. I'm looking forward to more. So please send them in. I'd love to hear them. I want to do a whole episode just on our listeners' experiences. And,
Yeah, I think that would be amazing. It's very cool to hear people's ghost stories.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I told mine. You tell yours.
Jen has a good one. She keeps having little things happen to her, too, which is
Just
crazy along the way.
Nothing recent, but.
That's true. It's been a minute. It has been a minute since something's happened to you. So
Except for when we were sitting in my office today and the light turned on after it had turned off.
I'm pretty sure it was my hand going up. But, it is what it is. Yeah, that was kind of fun. When you sit and listen to paranormal stories all day long and then you're sitting in your office and the fucking light goes off, it's like...
It's a motion sensor.
It is,
Well,
yeah.
from reading the book, the Parent Family book, every time I see a freaking fly now, it freaks
Ugh.
me out.
Yeah,
So
flies are bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, you had a small fly problem at your place.
Mm-hmm.
Not like what the TV show told about.
No, but it was nasty.
But, yeah,
Every day. Under that one window in the kids' room.
that's not cool.
No.
Well, they talked about having like swarms and swarms of flies during certain parts of like the morning, and the flies would like literally buzz right in front of you and like stare at you.
That's weird.
And
Okay.
yeah,
I can't.
That was like,
I cannot wait for your.
It's like,
I cannot wait for your episode where you go back and we revisit the Perrin family with all this new information from
Yeah.
the book. I'm super excited to hear that.
Me
You're
too.
about done, right? You're about done
I
with the
am
book.
about done with the book.
I want to read it next.
But yeah, I think Jen should read it. Then
and then the
we
two
could
of
both
you
throw it
actually,
out.
babe, that works for me. Listen, everybody, thank you for listening to us today as we ramble on about crazy, stupid shit. We love that you listen. We love all of our listeners. While you're listening, if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, can do me a favor and just like and review. And if you're listening on YouTube, because we do post these on YouTube, subscribe and help us out. We need all the love we can get here at the United States Paranormal.
Like and share us.
Please.
Share.
Also, don't forget, we do have a website. It is the UnitedStatesOfParanormal.com, where you can find a really cool merch page. And Logan is actually working on some new tank tops.
Yay,
and
tank tops.
shorts and stuff like that for the summer. So hopefully that'll be up soon. If it's not already up, go check it out. UnitedStatesParanormal.com. And if you like us here at the United States Paranormal, you can always go check out some of the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Empire. That includes the Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Murd Nerds, A Court of Books and Booze, Golden 80s. Woo-woo! They're all a lot of fun. I work on several of them. I love working with everybody. I love working with my girls here. Thank you so much for hanging out. And
Anytime.
Thank you.
we'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
To support other Golden Mojo Entertainment productions, check out Golden Image Podcast, The Call Guys, and Murd Nerds wherever you enjoy listening to podcasts. To see photos and find new episodes of the United States of Paranormal, follow us on our social media. Twitter at TUSOPPOD, or Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and Facebook, the United States of Paranormal. If you have a place that you'd like us to look into, or would like to share your spooky story that we can read on the air, please email us at the United States of Paranormal at gmail.com.